Jumping in here to let you all know that my commissions are open, so if you want an angel kill illustration, now is your chance. We can dominate the world with these silly, stupid chibis. Now, let's get back into the video. Hello, how are you? In this video, I'll be teaching you how I design my characters. For this time-lapse that you will see in the back here in a bit, I'll be finishing something that I started 5 months ago, which is a reference sheet for my 3 main OCs that I talk about all the time and that you see me draw all the time as well. So, when I opened the canvas after 5 months and I looked at their faces, they looked so ugly. My poor guys. What happened to them? My girl Selena was not looking right. She was looking so bad and out of character. Thanks to all higher, mightier beings for the liquefy tool to save them, because that was the only thing that could save them after this one. So after I made some adjustments and redrew certain parts, we'll get into the actual designing process of how I make my OCs. I actually had this recording that you see here for the sketches and such. I drew this in July and I recorded it, and I lost it because I think I deleted it, so it's not that I lost it, I'm just actually stupid. But look, as you can see, I'm making references from my main OCs of the story of Huion, Paradise Corrupted, right? Cave, Selena, and Jellish. Usually when I'm creating my characters, I have a vague idea in mind of what they are supposed to be like, what their personality is, or what they are supposed to represent, so I can base my personality idea out of that, or get inspired by objects of some sort. Like Cave is supposed to represent unconditional love, Selena, female rage, and Jellish, masculinity. So I have to keep that in mind for the designs. But they all also have to correlate in designs to each other and bring something to each other as well, whether it be in design or solely personality based. Some things that I do keep in mind while I'm creating my characters are: 1, their personality, their importance in the story that I'm making, whether it is story based or if it's just a character design, that's up to the person, right? That's a momentary thing. Their relation to other characters, their shape, so that I can create an interesting silhouette, and their color scheme. As you know, I always start every single character that I make with a recognizable silhouette. For example, Selena's supposed to be a tall, slender woman, so her silhouette is more so inspired by just a simple straight line. And to add some more interest to that, I do flare it out a little bit on the bottom, but not too much. I also do that since she has a stronger personality. So I make her eyes more angular and give her hair some sharper, spikier shapes to its ends specifically. Her color palette is red for its strong significance with anger and also passion, because I love doing things that are contrary to what they're supposed to be as well. To add some more interest and uniqueness, like some details, I use roses to represent her since they also symbolize passion, like red, right? But also popularity. It fits with the fact that Selena is a popular singer, so that all cycles into itself, right? And to fit her in with the other characters, I add some of the same colors in their designs. In these 3 cases, Cave starts with a heavy block of black on the bottom, Selena has a heavy block of black in the middle, and Jellish has a heavy block of black right on the top, so it makes a diagonal line. They're all represented by a specific color, which is also the fake primary colors. If you don't know why I'm calling it the fake primary colors, it's because the real ones is magenta, cyan, and, yellow. But we won't get into that now. Let's not get controversial. They also have black boots, Jellish with the least intricate ones and smaller ones, while Cave like has a in between. It has some intricate designs, but not as much. And then there's Selena with like the biggest and heaviest designed boots, but that they are still like slim and slick to fit into her design. It just all correlates to each other, right? Cave has a strong hourglass shape to show off that he works out since he is a lieutenant, but also shows a sort of elegance he holds as a rider. While Jellish, on the other hand, is a full-on square to show that he is big and strong and he will in fact pick up a car for you, okay? And they also have religious connotations to their designs to show off more of their story, which talks a lot about religious trauma. Cave having angel wings, Selena the cross boots, and Jellish just his tattoos in general, right? For my own stories, I tend to keep the designs very simple to be able to easily draw the design over and over and over again without suffering as much as people usually do. This is more so for story-based stuff, okay? If I were to make a character that should be a VTuber, something that is drawn once and rigged and that sort of stuff, it's a lot easier to just add a bunch of stuff to the design. But I would always recommend people keep in mind the silhouette of a character. The way to make your character more recognizable is by its silhouette, its shape. That's why I always start with a silhouette first. This is basically the main thing I do for my character designs. I have a vague idea of what I want my subject to be like, and then I work a memorable silhouette that represents that vague idea. Whether it be big and strong and squarish to triangular and bottom heavy to round and cute to long and slender, whatever it may be. And then I give them some element that represents them, usually with a bit of investigation in that case, whether it be flowers, cutlery, furniture, even if you're crazy enough for that. I don't know, I've never made a character based on a table before, but you could do that. In my case, I like using flowers a lot because I really like going after the meanings of flowers used in the Victorian era. And then I also give them a color that represents them with accent colors that fit them in with the other characters in the cast. Actually, I will teach you a character design color scheme trick that I learned a few years back, which is the 60-30-10 rule. If you limit yourself to 3 colors to make things easier, make one color 60% of the design, 30% another color, and 10% the last color. You could do that when you use 2 colors as well. Then you use the 70-30 rule. 70% is a main color and 30% an accent color. That also really helped me with my character designing. I really recommend you get a little bit into that and experiment with that. And of course, lastly, I add facial features that represent their personalities, right? Because they need to look and feel right based on how they act. Selena has very angular shapes. Her eyes are slanted upwards with arched brows to show the fierceness she holds, to really represent that rage. She has that resting bitch face. She always looks a little bit mad. Jellish has a very squarish and simple features with big eyes and a lazy smile to show that he is just very approachable and calm. And also his eyebrows are just like very relaxed. He just looks like he's chill, you know? While Cave has a mix of both angular eyes, not as much as Selena's, but it shows like that knowledge, that elegance. This guy, he reads, you know, that sort of stuff. I read too. I do not look like I'm smart or elegant at all, but he still keeps that sweet smile and those relaxed eyebrows. Another thing that I do keep in mind, if we get a little bit further into the character designing for stories specifically, I try to keep in mind some features for people of the same family, right? That, look, we gotta get into genetics. usually siblings would look similar, or people would look similar to their parents, you know, kids. That's why I gave Cave and Jellish similar features. And Selena also has similar features to her biological family. Just to like give a bit of that, you know, that familiarity thing, and just so that everything makes more sense and is more cohesive. Also, height differences are really cool, so those are very nice to add. These three specifically are honestly really tall. She cries in being short around them. But no one is as tall as the president, though. No one. Absolutely no one. That guy is actually insane with how tall he is. A lot of the times when I think about like the heights, especially with the president, I'm like, what car would this man drive around in, being 7'5"? Like, my god. But then I went after like basketball players and what cars they have and whatever. I made a bit of an investigation, okay? I went somewhere. I don't know where, but I went somewhere. I don't remember what car came up though. There were a few that came up. Every time I search for cars, I just feel a little bit like jealous. But yeah, for the actual reference that you see in the back here, I did make some individual ones for each fella to talk about the character a bit. So you will see that in a little bit. You can pause and read it if you'd like to know more about them. I gave some info. I know that I give a lot of info like randomly throughout my videos about them, but like here I have it actually written down. So this is something, okay? This is something. This isn't just lost info around my videos that at some point I could change or not. Either way, I feel like I've slowly been getting better at layouts, especially after my marketing class for my executive secretariat course. I also added a little separation of hibiscus looking flowers since the Magna Kai brothers are half Hawaiian. I did that because here at my place the hibiscus flowers bloom all year round, so I find them very special. And also some flags for the gays, you know, we gotta keep those. Cave doesn't get any despite looking like a twink, but you know, despite not looking like it, he's straight. But yeah, I hope that this serves you some purpose. I hope that this is somehow useful, and I hope you have a nice day and night. And hope to see you next time. Bye!